Sir,
I
I
will.
didn't ask you about any of that. I asked you if you
I
understand that
will. However,
Mr.
you.
Matson, don't interrupt me. I've muted Mr. Matson's device because he continues to interrupt me and not let me finish what I'm saying.
Let me. Let me. Let me. Let me speak to.
I've muted Mr. Matson again because he unmuted himself and interrupted me.
We've got a crazy court hearing for you today. This one's wild. A sovereign citizen showed up and just would not stop talking. Seriously, this guy wouldn't take a single breath. He's in court for dodging his probation officer, which, let's be honest, is basically begging for legal trouble. And instead of owning up, he tries to argue his way out with the usual sovereign citizen nonsense. But the judge, not having it, shuts him down immediately and doesn't let the circus go on for long. It's honestly super satisfying to watch. Let me know in the comments, what do you think courts should do with these sovereign citizens? And if you're into this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. All right, let's get into it.
Advise you at all stages of the proceeding that you do have a right to be represented by an attorney, and if you can't afford an attorney, the court will appoint one for you at public expense. Do you understand that?
I don't think you'd be violating your oath of office, Your Honor, by allowing me to the right to a fighting clause.
Sir, I didn't ask you about any of that. I asked you if you understand.
I will, however,
Mr. Matson, don't interrupt me. The question I asked you is whether you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney.
I do understand I have a right to be represented by an attorney or not. Yes, sir.
Okay. You've previously waived that right. As I said, I have to advise you that at every stage of the hearing. So I have to ask you again, would you like to be represented by an attorney at this point?
As I started to say, Your Honor, I don't want the representation. However, I will use the help of handling paperwork due to my means here and having access to certain things in paperwork. I will use your court-appointed attorneys just to help with some paperwork.
Okay, so you don't have a right to have the public defender's office do your paperwork or handle any of that. You have the right to have them represent you or not represent you. So that is your choice.
Not represent me, that's fine then.
All right. So you've previously been arraigned on the probation violation. Do you know how you want to proceed? So your options are you can plead to it if you want, which means you'd be admitting guilt. The other option is that I can set it for a hearing and we can have a hearing on the matter, and then I'll decide based on the evidence submitted at that hearing.
Your Honor, all due respect, I wish, are you working under oath of office today, sir?
Sir, I'm not going to answer these questions or deal with this. We've dealt with you before and your sovereign citizen arguments. I've rejected them all.
Citizen.
Sir, do not interrupt me. Do you want to have a hearing or do you want to plead?
I'll take your silence under your oath, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you want to have a hearing or do you want to plead?
I want the hearing. I want to go to trial. I want to go within 90 days to a trial or sooner.
All right. So Sierra will need about a 1-hour hearing on a probation violation.
As well as I'd like you to have the arresting officers that arrested me on that day. I would like their sergeant to be dressed in uniform.
These Zoom court hearings just keep getting more absurd. And this one is next level. This guy keeps interrupting the judge and talking over everyone. Like he has no clue how the legal system even works. Honestly, it's getting so out of hand that I think he should be held in contempt. It's not just clueless anymore. It feels straight up disrespectful. And then he says he needs an attorney just to help with his paperwork? Come on, that's not how it works. Attorneys represent you in court. They're not there to handhold you through filing forms like a personal assistant. I seriously can't tell if this guy is actually being serious or just trolling the court. Then he randomly brings up needing a sergeant at the hearing? What even is that? It feels like he's either making it all up on the spot or reading from some chaotic script that makes no sense. Honestly, I don't know how the judge stays so calm, because I'd be done with this guy in 5 minutes. And eventually, yeah, the judge finally snaps a bit. Can't blame him. So what do you guys think? Is this guy playing dumb, or is he actually serious? Let me know. And if you enjoy courtroom chaos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, let's jump into it.
Will go more smoothly if you are here in person. So Willie will have you in person here from the jail.
All right, exactly what the hearing is going to be on that day.
So you've been charged with a violation of the terms of your probation.
Yeah.
For failing to report. So the hearing is going to be to determine whether or not you failed to report.
Okay, so it's going to be the trial that day.
Correct.
Okay, can I have the state police sergeant there at that trial?
What state police sergeant?
The state police sergeant of the arresting officers on the night of my arrest.
Who are the arresting officers?
I don't remember the exact names, but any state police sergeant in uniform would do.
Why do you want any state police sergeant to be present at the trial?
Just to show how arrests are made, and why they're made, and how they do the determination, how they bring people into jail.
Well, how is any of that relevant to whether or not you violated the terms of probation?
I believe there's a lot of relevancy there. I don't see where any of it's going to affect the courts in any way, shape, or form.
All right. So the issue that the court is going to determine has nothing to do with things that happened during your arrest. The issue is whether or not.
No, it's not about the arrest. It's about the arrest for the violation of probation as well.
All right. The only issue before the court that day is going to be whether or not you reported. So your arrest doesn't have any relevancy to that. So I'm not going to.
I beg to differ, Your Honor. I beg to differ because the jury is going to be a jury of my peers, and at this time,
sir,
you're not going to have a jury of my peers.
Sir, there's not going to be any jury. You're not entitled to a jury trial on a hearing about violating your probation.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I'm pretty sure that last time I spoke to you, you said that I had the right to a jury trial for determining if I was guilty for a violation of probation.
I've never seen you on this violation of probation.
I've seen you, or I've seen you just the other day, last week.
No, you didn't. A different judge conducted that hearing.
You're Michael Olsaver, aren't you? There was
Judge
Dan Sloan, and then there was you. I've seen both of you.
You did not see me last week.
I did.
And so you're not entitled to a jury trial on a probation violation. So again, we will have you back in person on.
Well, hold up then. So if I'm not entitled to a trial to determine if I'm guilty or not, this is a criminal court, isn't it?
It's a criminal court where you have already pled guilty to a felony and been placed on probation.
Because I was at risk of dying in this.
I've muted Mr. Matson's device because he continues to interrupt me and not let me finish what I'm saying. Mr. Matson, I was saying that this is a criminal court wherein you have pled guilty to possessing a controlled substance, and you were placed on probation. As a result of that, your sentence was to be placed on probation. Subsequent to being sentenced to probation, there was an allegation that you failed to report in accordance with the terms of your probation. That is an alleged violation of probation. There's no right to a jury trial for a violation of probation. So the court will conduct.
Let me speak to.
I've muted Mr. Matson again because he unmuted.
Let me know if you guys want to see the second half of this hearing, because believe it or not, it gets even crazier. For some reason, this guy keeps insisting that a sergeant needs to be present at his next hearing. And honestly, it makes zero sense. It's like he just wants someone, anyone, to witness him act ridiculous. And here's the kicker. The next hearing isn't even about his arrest. It's just a standard probation check-in. So why he's demanding the presence of a state sergeant, not even someone from the local police force, is beyond me. The whole thing is completely absurd. This guy is a walking example of why sovereign citizens should be held in contempt of court more often. In my opinion, if you're blatantly wasting the court's time like this, there should be real consequences. The way these people talk over judges, ignore court rules, and treat legal proceedings like a game is infuriating. And the worst part? It makes the entire justice system look weak. Honestly, Zoom court is just making it worse, especially with sovereign citizens or people who may be mentally unstable. These hearings really should be in person. That structure, that formality, it's crucial, because when it's on Zoom, it's like there's no control, no respect, just chaos. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to wrap it up here. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you thought of this guy. I wouldn't call him completely off the rails like some sovereign citizens we've seen, but he's definitely not all there. Appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.